Okay, welcome back everybody. DJ Styles here, Custom Corpses. This is part 2 of herring the Custom Corpses FB78. This is actually what do you call it? This is this mask belongs to Pipe Master. You guys see him on my YouTube channel all the time, and I found the bottle. I'm using an old alcohol bottle. I cleaned it out because it's got this nice little hole at the tip, and it holds a lot more latex. Usually I have to fill that other one twice, so it's always a pain in the neck. So now I got this, and this should do the trick. I'm worried that it's a little bit too big of a hole. This will work. I just not as Jesus, no, that's okay. Leave it alone. Don't rub it. Don't do anything to it, because when I brush that out, it should give me no problems. So any of these big runs, you just put a little extra where it needs to go. Right there. Okay, so now we do this. I don't actually have to squeeze this, and it's the perfect amount. And constantly shut the cap, because otherwise the latex hardens up. Yeah, the trick to that is you definitely don't want to I might have to put a little more extra latex in this because it's awful thin. Just a little bit, a couple drabs here and there. Good enough. Get off my hand. I don't want anything on my hands. Now I won't have to stop. I actually so I'm just moving that latex around a little bit where I see it needs to be a little thicker. Yeah, whatever you do, don't touch that drip. Thank God the drip happened. As you get up into this area, it gets real wide right here. You'll notice a difference in not getting all the way to the ear, which is okay, because all I have to do is take a little sliver of this stuff. Now once that hardens up, I'll be able to pull that out as a big giant piece. It may pull a couple hairs out, but it won't be a lot. If I were to smear that all out, trying to get it out now, bad news, man. Don't ever do it. I'm glad these little accidents happen, and it's because of this bottle, this new bottle. See, this latex, what happened was, you see it pulled all the hair out of what I was working on. And the reason why that happened is because while I was gone, figuring out what bottle I was going to use, this latex on this mat hardened up. It was sticky enough to grab hair, but it wasn't wet, so it didn't pull up real easy. And because it's plastic, it just literally just rubs right off. Rubs right off. I'll have a latex, beads of latex all over this. All right, so the next thing, natural. Now before I spread this apart, I'm going to take a little bit off of here because I'm going to fill that little void right there. I don't have to spread this too much because perfect distance right there, and it's thin enough. That's why I only pulled a very little out of that strand of hair there. Pulled very little out. Nothing's perfect in my world. How about yours? And notice I'm trying to stay a certain contour to the mask. You'll see. Man, I hate it when the latex gets all over your hands. It's more because the stuff gets all over the... I'm making sure that I don't go into that hairline too much there. And I don't want to touch those beads of latex. Easier to get out when it's one giant lump of clay, latex. Much easier to get out. Okay, now, as I'm getting higher, I want to tilt the head back like that. See what I did there? Yeah, this is already, I have a funny feeling tonight we're gonna go live and we're gonna style the hair. Should be fun. Because this is really sticking quick. It's drying out here real easy. Okay, so I need my... Should have a little bag. I want to see how long this is. This is the one I took a little bit off of to fill that little spot. Some people put lines. I don't think it's necessary. But you want it to be a bead of latex because you want to mash that I used to work in much smaller strands or another patches of hair, and I just think that it's a waste of good latex. Okay. So there's a little bald spot there. Just pull it over a little bit. Now I'm gonna shorten my. I'm not going to go all the way to the edge of the hairline here from this point forward. I'm going to actually go out a little bit away from the edge, because this is where that's where the hairline's going to be. I can shear that off, that's nothing. So, all right, next thing I want to do is clean this up. A lot of waste. The only thing about that big bottle, it wastes more latex. I don't like waste because latex is expensive. But on the other side of that coin, you just rub it off. I don't care about that. Don't get it on your pants or your clothes. See, I'm not going to go all the way to the hairline. See, I'm going to go right to that. That's the hairline. That's the front of the hairline. Like the way that dangles better. One thing I want to do is get this latex off of this scissors. I'll just put more on there, dopey. Now spread it from the front, from the very top, and then kind of work the other stuff out. That's all. Now I put the latex literally real close to the edge. Never knew. I have like 3 or 4 popsicle sticks out here, so all you do is you just let one dry and use the other one, clean it, and then use the other one, because the stuff dries fast. The latex really dries up quick. Some people use a little less, a little more. I like to put a little bit heavier of latex on, and the reason for my madness is because it'll really grab to the mask better. You'll have a very nice, really. Don't want that. There must have been some short hairs in there, because that's what happens. You'll get a couple shorties and it'll pull out. All right, enough of that.
What you got there, Jen?
We're doing some hair, and I'm recording the video.
Hey there you go.
I'm not live. I don't want to do live because I made a part A, part 1, part 2, that kind of thing.
Got some latex down there in the hair there.
Yeah, I know. That's nothing. It's just I'm gonna
Comb
wait
it
till
out.
it dries, and then you just pull it out. Might pull a few follicles out, but no big deal. So yeah, notice how I'm putting the hair on a lot thinner. It's not nearly as long. Now you've got natural fiber length, and what you do is you grab the end and you pull, and wherever it comes apart, that's where your natural fibers, that's your actual length of this fiber. Which side do I like the best? I like the way this side looks, so I'm going to cut off this side. Give myself a straight edge. All right, so the first thing I got to figure out is where I'm going to go with this bead. Let the fun begin. This will be done pretty quick. This is herring for me is not really that long of a process, and it's, as you see, when we get up in here, because this has got to have a pompadour, I'll put smaller rows together to make it more thick right up in this area. Yeah, that looks good. Now, sometimes this hair is not available. Very hard to get. But I can get camel hair. This is not camel hair. And when you see this thing in daylight, I don't need to dye this hair. I don't need to do anything to this hair. It has natural. It's hard to explain. It has natural fiber thickness. It's very, very close to human hair. That's why I selected this stuff. Very soft hair too. Man, is it soft. Very soft hair. Come on, really? Don't fight me. There we go. Wow. Okay. Get this off my hands. And I gotta bunch this up. Let's see what I mean in a minute. This is too far apart. All right, I just might have to add an extra row there. I'll have to add a little bit of hair on top of that, that's all. So, let's mash this in.
Kind of like a hairdresser, but reverse.
Now the real hairdressing starts I'm not gonna use
I
that.
like that idea with the alcohol bottle.
Yeah, kind of don't though, because it's dripping out too much. It's giving me too much. I can see I can use these little cutoffs now to fix that little. Boogers. Use that little strand there. Just to layer it, just to make it a little thicker. Man, I can't keep the shit off my hands. See that? It covered that bald spot pretty good. And as we get up to the top of the head, this gets become more of a pompadour. Actually, from this point forward, the rows get really close together. And we're going to start pompadouring this to give us that pompadour higher. We need the higher hair up here, but back here, we want it to where it is. See, that just pulls right off now. Might take a few follicles with it, but all right. Man, oh man, I just gotta get this.
That looks like porcelain.
What does?
The mask. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's perfect.
Well, I know one thing. I struggled with the airbrush, and then I finally figured out that, well, the one airbrush I have sitting in lacquer thinner, literally just sitting in it, just soaking in it right now, because that it's an internal. The latex paint goes through the gun. It's still a siphon gun. It worked great for a little while, and then it started to clog up. And then once that gun started clogging, you have to completely take it apart and let it soak in something to get that latex out. And same thing's going to happen again with that air gun, because those type of air guns, anything that, if latex goes through an air gun, it's going to clog, because latex is not really good for air guns. I'm not saying that you can't use them, but the siphon air gun that you want to use is the one where the paint doesn't go through the gun. It's external. In other words, it has a tube that shoots out in front of the sprayer. All right, that's where the paint comes up through here, and the tip of the gun is here, and then it siphons and puts the paint right in front of the spray nozzle, and then splurts it. The only problem is with that is you really don't have a lot of control on the thickness of your spray. So it's good for one thing. It's actually good for base coating, putting the white on the mask. You can't really do any high detail with it, but I did start to learn how to use it. I had to lower the air pressure, and then got real close. If the air pressure was real high, that's the other problem too. If the air pressure is not high enough, latex won't even push through an air gun. So there's like all kinds of learning curves. And the only way you're going to learn is you got to do it. Because having somebody show you does not give you the experience of the things that go wrong. You can learn, oh, this is how you use it. Okay, but I don't know. It just, I like air guns for what they are, but I'm airbrushes. But you know, it is what it is. What the hell? It's all over the damn son of a bitch. Once again, I only need a little bit of this to get this side. Using an air gun is an art in itself. It really is. So naturally, I'm not a fan of them yet, but as I get better at it, I'm sure I'm going to like airbrushing. I just have to get better at it. I've been concentrating so much on sculpting and never had the time to really focus on airbrushing. And I should have, because it would help me tremendously. With the art. Okay, now we're going to start getting really close. And thicker. I don't want the hair spread apart so much, because I'm trying to make a pompadour now. We need to go thicker up top here. And this is right in the center of the head. So this is going to be thick right in here. Putting a little thicker latex into this hair, because it's I'm making the, got to get that pompadour up high. Downward? Yeah, I think that's what I gotta do. Nope. And having this extra latex on the top of the head just makes it so it really covers nicely. You don't get this messy, messy, messy. I'll let that dry. I'll let that one dry. Starts getting thick now, guys. Get this latex off of here. A little trick that's pretty neat. If you want to make corpsing flesh for over top of like skulls and stuff, you put a real thin bead and paint it out real thin over top of whatever you're, like plastic, because it doesn't stick to it real easy. And you let it dry, and then you put little tiny holes in it everywhere, and then you rub it, and they'll round out. It's neat. It's a neat little trick. Neat little trick. Really. Notice I'm not even spreading this hair now. Not even spreading it. A little breezy out here, but I think I got the majority of this almost finished. So we're going to be good there. And don't want that hair there. Okay. I don't want to be close to that hairline because that's the now I'm just feathering that out. I don't want it real sticky underneath, because now we got to start putting in some really thin rows of hair. And thick. See, it's just, you just bring it in, and then you leave about that much all the way around, but the thick of, about that distance right there. And that's the last row that gets folded back. You put the hair on forward, and then you fold it back, and you press into the glue, and then you don't have a visible hairline, which we don't want in this mask anyway, and you do that throughout this whole thing. Hold on. Oh yeah, baby. We are herring a Michael Myers mask. You gotta love it. Life is good. See, once again, I keep getting latex all over my scissors. Why? What's over there? I'm not cutting off as much hair either. Now, I'm not even going to spread this. I'm not spreading the hair at all because I need a pompadour here. I need it really high. And this time, we're going to start right at the center. And I'm keeping everything pretty close. If you know what I mean. You really want to make sure you mash that hair really good because you need that latex throughout those hairs. Because the better you do this, the less chance that people can pull the hair out on your mask. Very permanent. Very permanent. And the styling will take place tonight. Yes, this is coming along very nicely. I find it easy. I don't think that herring's that difficult. Painting is more of a pain in the ass for me than, at least that's how I feel. Like I said, no rest for the weary, so they say. Leave that bead there. That's a lot of latex. Moving along here, moving along. Really mashing that in there. Taking off the excess latex there. That bottle doesn't give me enough control. I'm gonna have to go order some bottles to give this. I'm gonna get a bigger bottle, but only I need a really good squeegee bottle that'll allow me to hair the mask better. All right, so we'll put a little hair right here. Oh yeah, baby. We are getting someplace. Which end do I like? I like this end better. Helicopters in the air. Wonder what they're doing. Front part's the easiest part, I think. Getting the back is a little more tedious. Now this is a little more time consuming because now you're really bunching up the hair to make it. Hair follicle fell down here. Notice I'm pushing it towards the center. What's nice about this latex, it'll come right off this table. Real easy. You see how thick it's getting up top here now. That's what we want. That's what we want. You're wondering what the length is. Take your finger, about the width of your hand, and you have like maybe 4, 7 fingers long. Oh yeah, baby. I hear a rooster somewhere. Somebody's got a rooster, some chickens. Somebody's got some chickens. And we got a lot of foxes around here. We got a lot of coyotes. If you have chickens, man, you better have good pens. That's all I can say. I grew up in a house where we had chickens in the yard. We didn't actually raise them, but our neighbor did, and it was cool. Waking up to those roosters every morning, hearing them crowing, cock-a-doodle-doodling, whatever you want to call it. It's a Now you're starting to see that hair stand up the way we want it. And remember, this gets all brushed out. A lot of it gets pulled out of here. You'll see that tonight, possibly. Hopefully I can get this all. Almost, I'm probably going to do one more. I'm going to do one more thick, maybe 2. 2 more here, and that's it. And then I got to do the everything forward. And I got to get the hair off the face. I'm going to do 2 more. Two more should do it. And I got to get a better bottle because I do not want to waste this much latex. Beads are way too thick. There's a lot of wasted latex there. Now I'm going to split the difference here. I can get get the latex off my hands because I don't want to touch the hair. Clean a popsicle stick. Remember the 2 popsicle sticks that I put aside that had all the junk on them? So you're kind of styling the hair as you're doing this, even, believe it or not, because you're controlling which direction the hair is being laid, and that's how it'll comb. You know, once we comb it out. Last one. Yeah. Hold on. Let's do this. Let me get a paper towel. Really? Interesting. Get this latex off the side of this thing. Now I got the latex inside the funnel, so I'm just letting that harden up, and then all I got to do is peel it right out of there. Cleaning the bottle up a little bit. Bottle's yuck. Come on. Gotta cut my grass today as soon as this is drying. That's the extra neat way to do this. Cutting the edge. And we'll be doing that. So now we do the hairline. But I want to make sure. Now this hairline gets buried underneath it here. You won't see the hairline. It's just a guideline is all it is to what we want to accomplish here. I'm going to clean all these popsicle sticks real quick because I'm going to need them when I go to do this. All right, so that's all the hair. Well, that's not all the hair I need. I'll leave them alone. Although I need the plastic cleaned off. Because I got to use the next. I don't use latex on the edge. I use glue. Oh my God, what a mess. We break out the tacky glue. I might not be able to cut the grass today. It's rain. It feels like I just felt some spitting and some rain. So we got the pompadour, quite a bit of it. So that latex is now coming out with real ease. Don't want to pull on that. Got to make sure that that glue is really firm before you start pulling on this hair. The latex is dried up. Now one good popsicle stick. And away we go with the hairline. Now this we leave fairly long. We want this hairline to be pretty long. So we're going to cut less. I don't know where I keep picking up this latex. It's all over the table, of course, that's where it's coming from. But maybe I'll put, no, I think I'm gonna go put the scissors up here. There we go. There's your head for more than a hat rack, John. Now I do want to spread this a little more. Not much though. Now it looks like a lot of hair on here, and it is. It's quite a bit of hair. Tacky glue time. we're going to put it right, that bead right on the hairline. All right, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves with this because this stuff dries pretty quick. So, oh yeah, duh. Same thing with the hair. This stuff's a lot thicker than stuff's a lot thicker. This we are going to cut the edge. You'll see why. We're going to cut the edge of this. Okay. Keep the bottle upside down at all times. Put the cap back on it too. Don't leave it. Just leave it upside down. Oh shit. Not done yet. That wind's kicking up. I ain't liking that. I'm almost done here though. Get, oh, what the hell? Are you serious? Tacky glue is very tacky. Just so you know. Doesn't come off your hands as easy. Well, it does. It kind of does. Doesn't come off as easy as latex, though. Same thing. Cut that edge. This is that turned out pretty nice, that one there, but I'm going to still cut it. Now the side that I Michael. Yeah, I did it again, damn it. So I'll just shake that real good. Now that didn't seem like it had a lot of latex or glue on the surface of it, so I'm going to go the extra mile and just make sure this is tacked down a little better. That works. Sticky mess. Next. Come on, get off my hands. Another problem. Keeping the blade clean. You know what? Anything else? Okay. Let's close this because we're done with the latex. We're done with the latex. Spread it out just a little bit, not much. Down. Popsicle stick, where you at? There you are. This is how to hair a Michael Myers mask. You can do the same method on any mask. Really kind of going the extra mile and really pushing this glue in here hard. There we go. Now we got to cut that, trim it. Now I'm going to put a little glue on top of this, so it smooths out a little better. Not a lot, just a little. Now we have a little tiny section to go. And we're going to have ourselves a Michael Myers haired mask. And we just have to let it dry. Okay, so we got a little section there to do, and that ain't no big deal. Michael Myers has bangs. And I'll show you what we do after this is. I have no choice. I have to pull out a whole strand of it. And we're probably going to use about that much. Yeah, maybe a little more. I'll use the other side. Maybe I'll add a little bit to it. There we go. Again, clean your blade off. damn. Very sharp, these scissors. Really sharp, man. I'm like super impressed with how good these scissors were when I got them at Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight! That's my superstore. Okay, so I can't wait to wash my hands. I want this side. Oh yeah. Now we gotta put a little bead on here. Little bead on here. Popsicle stick. Sticky mess. You think making Michael Myers is easy? I challenge anybody. Go for it. It actually isn't hard. If you have some skills, you're good. You can pull it off. Really? That one didn't want to come out, huh? Now remember, I'm looking at the way I want it to fall. So I definitely want to see, I want this clean popsicle stick so it doesn't stick. We don't want the hair to stick to it. You know what? I'll use the other end. Put a little bead on there just so it really grabs a hold of it. So, now that we did this, we want to roll this back. That's the hairline. All right, so you get a general idea of what that looks like. So we let this fall back into play, let it dry, and then we fold it. Then we fold it back and pull it back and style it. That's how you hair a Michael Myers mask, right there. Good hair. And I still got enough there to do 2 or 3 more masks. Oh, man. So, there it is. Looks like a lot of hair, and it is. It's a lot of hair. A lot of it gets brushed out and styled and trimmed up. And I'm not even going to pull on that until I have the hair all styled. Yeah, this is some good hair. This is going to make a really nice looking mask. Especially once you tease it up. Really make it, you know, tease it. Freaky looking, man. We got ourselves a really awesome hair job on an awesome mask. This is really going to be a nice piece of work. Okay, so now, if it's not raining, I'm going to cut the grass, and I will see you guys on the next video. I'll probably see you guys tonight, live. It's Saturday. I can't remember. It's either the 15th or 16th or something like that. Maybe even later than that. Saturday. So Saturday night, hopefully I can come back to this, and it'll be nice and dry, and we'll be able to hair or style the hair. Style the hair. So, yes, sir. We've got hair. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And watching the video. And I'll bid you farewell, and I'll see you on the next video. Actually, we'll see you live tonight. Hopefully that glue line. Everything else will be nice and dry. It's the glue line that I worry about. If that's not quite dry, then I won't be able to style this hair tonight. We will find out the minute I start combing it, brushing it, so to speak. I'll know whether or not it's dry enough. But peace, everybody. Hit the like. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Share the content. Let everybody know what I'm doing here. Not many people are showing all the little tricks. I'm showing everything. Peace. Love yous all. See you on the next video.